You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and how do we sound? But also, welcome to the TADPOG podcast.
We probably sound a little different.
Yeah. This is a show where two old guys play old games, and we may sound different orally.
Right. Yeah.
Because we are in, I guess this is TADPOG Closet 2.
TADPOG blanket closet.
Closet.
We put up a lot of blankets. This is literally your new closet.
Yes. Because we finished 98% of the conversion from mine and Melissa's old room. We turned the attached two-car garage into a new master bedroom, put up a walk-in closet, because it turns out, like, all of us have a lot of clothes, a lot of clothes, and my house has little to no closet space. It's just like there's no storage, there's no linen closet. Everyone has, like, 1/4 of a row of stuff to hang in their closet. It's just like, it was awful. This place is awful. I love my house, and it's awful for storage.
Not to be a fucking sexist shitlord or anything, but you're also in a house full of women.
It's true.
Girls and women.
Granted, they share a lot of clothes, so they probably have less than what most girl families would have.
Most
girl families.
I like to think of boy families.
I bet I have as much clothes as all of them. all of them, though. From all the various stages of fatness I've been in my life.
Oh, yeah.
We're started by all the shirts that I keep because I never know what my weight's going to be.
You're more hopeful than I am. What I do is I box all that shit up. Like anything that doesn't fit me at the moment, I put in a box and I draw a frowny face on it.
I frequently try to step back. I'm like, almost, or okay, those were closer last week.
Borderline stuff, you can keep that in the closet. Yeah, it's no big deal.
And stuff that, like, I have worn. There is a purple American Eagle shirt in here somewhere that
I'll find it. Hold on.
That I could barely fit into whenever I was about 165, 170, and even then it was a little snug on me. That's still in here. I'm kidding. Definitely never gonna be able to wear that again.
I wasn't kidding when I said I was looking for it, because like I am reaching out. Like, your clothes are like,
I have a lot of button-up shirts,
like a foot away from me on either side. I love it
because this because turn the big two-car garage. This room is very different from everything else in the house. For one, the ceilings are about like 3 feet higher.
They're super tall.
Yeah, so there was no the other room. What used to be mine and Melissa's room. Now two of the girls stay together, so now they're going to get that bigger room. Brandy Jr. will get her own room, and Kendall will get her own room. So for now, while all that transition, we're going to move and paint. So for now,
we're in the closet.
We're in the walk-in closet.
Ooh, a walk-in closet.
Yeah.
I don't know what metaphor that is, but it sounds like an upgrade.
And so from here, more than likely, I will set everything up. Go from here to Kenna's room, because she's not here when we record. We'll record in her room until I finish the Ultra Annex out back.
And an Outback Steakhouse.
There'll be Outback Steakhouse in the Ultra Annex.
Bloomin' onions for every guest host.
They only serve spaghetti, though.
Straight out of the urinal. Which is like our Outback Steakhouse here in Paducah. That's the big urban legend.
Oh, man.
Have you heard that?
No, I have not. Please.
Where everybody at Outback Steakhouse got fired, and then so everyone's like, I wonder why, and then rumors started spawning where it's like, well, I heard that they took a steak and put it in the urinal before feeding it to a customer, and then that customer died.
Got the pee poisons.
So I don't know. Hopefully we did our best to baffle.
We are surrounded by clothes and a blanket above us on both sides.
Here's my biggest fear: that the feedback is going to be.
This is our coffin.
Overwhelming. Yeah, this is our living coffin. that the feedback is going to be overwhelmingly like, holy shit, you guys have never sounded better.
Well, we just do this in the closet now. Oh, Melissa, that walk-in closet you were so looking forward to, having like your vanity and everything in there.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
Right in the middle of everything, there's going to be the recording table.
There's going to be a soundboard. There's going to be microphones.
Could you move to the side? No. It's going to fuck with the acoustics or something.
I felt like a madman.
The Metachlorian's going to fuck up. We have to leave it in the middle.
Oh, yeah, man. Fucking Yoda's going to go crazy. I felt like a crazy person because I was standing in your closet clapping to try to find like where we need a baffle sound. But look, I'm clapping now that sounds okay.
We're good, yeah.
Sounds okay.
Yep.
We got a little bit of a moon roof right here, but that's okay.
Well, I'll work on it. If we're still in here next week, I'll improve upon it.
Nice. It's just going to be all of your clothes in here.
And just while I'm thinking about it, I guess I should get a oops, we done goofed out of the way.
We did what
because,
we fuck up.
Ryan made sure to fucking tell me the next time
Your
I
brother,
saw him.
Ryan?
Yeah.
On Quackshot?
Goku's instant transmission is not instant. He gives the rate of speed at one point in time. I was like, oh, well, it's super fucking fast. He's still faster than a god.
Is it less than a second?
Yeah, it's got to be less than a second.
That's instant. That's in the dictionary. Less than a second
less than
is
a second?
instant. No, I'm making it up. I don't know.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's science.
Tony
told me.
It's right. What is instant then? What is the measure of time that is an instant? Just like there is a measurement for a pinch and a dash of salt and all this kind of stuff. There is a name and it's actually a unit of time.
Instant means happening or coming immediately. But then the second definition is a very short space of time. So I think it could be argued that it is instant. If it happens in a very short span of time, technically, by definition too.
We got you, Ryan. We got you. Coming at me with your Dragon Ball stuff. Just because you're more obsessed with that series than I ever was.
So he still follows it?
He hasn't watched Super yet, which I told him was really, really good.
So you're the expert then.
I guess so. I have seen more.
He needs to check his privilege.
He has seen all. I'll give him credit. Let's see, we're on par. He has seen all of Dragon Ball. I have not. And I've seen Super, and he has not. So
well, let's you and I start watching Dragon Ball. We'll do an episode by episode podcast on the original Dragon Ball series.
There are a lot of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT games.
Are there many podcasts? I bet there are like a million.
There surely.
Like, there have
got to be a lot of 14-year-old kids
right.
like doing Dragon Ball Z. Well, now they're 30.
That's
but back then,
now they're 44.
But. Back whenever it was on Cartoon Network every day.
I like to think that maybe it's at least a dozen. There are at least a dozen less Dragon Ball podcasts than there are video game podcasts. Tyler, we're in what they call a saturated market.
Yeah. You're right.
And most of those shows, most of our competitors, our competing video game podcasts, actually talk about video games.
See, I feel like that's where we should be ahead of the pack because we're different.
That's where we shine.
We stray a little bit,
right.
But
we talk about dicks.
It turns out people complain that we don't talk about video games enough.
You can't please everybody.
That's true.
You can't please
We get plenty of people who say, yeah, dicks, and not more video games.
And then we also do have plenty of people say, yeah, video games.
Video games, but also dicks. Okay.
So we're in a very weird, what you're saying is we're in a very weird hostage situation.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Well, I do like your closet.
I'm going to get down this LIT. I made this strong.
That LIT looks like it is straight up RC Cola.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. What it looks like.
So it is pretty heavy. And I brought more LIT mix and more Pepsi.
We got to be careful. I was thinking about this because I made this rum and Coke, which I am not going to lie, been kind of pounding the rum and Cokes while we've been setting up the audio.
Mm-hmm.
So
you feel good?
I wouldn't say that I'm swimmy. Like that's a trademark Tyler term. I am definitely buzzed. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely like, I'm looking at you and I'm like, I feel good, man.
Mm-hmm. Good. Perfect.
Good.
Well, before we roll, today we talked about, did we talk about it last week? I don't think we announced what we were going to do.
No.
Okay. So this episode that you could probably tell from the title when you clicked on it to listen to it.
No one pays attention to that.
No, they just blindly close their eyes and click, won't be surprised.
I'll listen to an episode and it's this one. Click.
That we are doing a combo episode, 2 games at one time.
How's that possible?
Like we do with Golden Axe 1 and Golden Axe 2.
How can we possibly fit 2 games in one episode?
Two guys, 1 cup. It's just one video game cup. We are doing The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages, and Legend of Zelda, The Oracle of Seasons for the Game Boy Color.
Awesome.
Oh, this is a TADPOG, by the way.
Right. I have not played I have not played either of these games before. Smoke Bomb. So there you go. Get
Because
that out of the way.
I was on a tear for a while of wanting to beat all the Zeldas, and I much prefer, honestly, like I prefer handheld Zelda games. So that's what I knocked out first, and we were talking about stuff to do because we could not get schedules to line up again this week
For Call of
Cthulhu. We wanted to, but Josh got the shaft at work, to be honest. So he wanted to, thought we could, but didn't work out. So last minute TADPOG, let's go into the bag. What do I got here? Oh, all right, here we go.
You offered this up as a suggestion, and I loved it because I decided I wouldn't have to do a whole lot of work, and that's always great. And the other thing was I have been playing a shitload of Breath of the Wild. Dude, Tyler, I am like at the fucking height of my Zelda hype right now.
Awesome.
I mean, it is like Breath of the Wild has just been like, oh shit, Zelda's pretty
It's
good.
back.
It's back, baby. Zelda's pretty good. I haven't felt this way about Zelda. Yeah, I lied. It's not at the peak. The peak was definitely when I played Link's Awakening for the first time. Like that was the pinnacle of my Zelda hype.
I will reference that game a lot in this episode.
As I hope that you would. I lied when I said I wouldn't have to do a whole lot of work. I actually prepared some questions and did some research on the games. But I would love to shamelessly plug our Twitch channel.
Yes. Yes.
I've been streaming Breath of the Wild on Twitch. If you would like to see any of that, those past broadcasts are all saved. You can find them. Just search for Tadpog on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Tadpog_podcast. That game has been a lot of fun, and chat has been amazing because it allows me to circumvent the I don't want to look things up clause that I've got built into my gamer personality. So like what I'll do is be like, I'll get stuck in a puzzle and be like, I don't know, does anybody have any suggestions? And then essentially what it boils down to is someone will look it up online and then tell me. So
that works.
Loophole.
Because let's see. But before we talk about these two games.
Yeah, so I like how you said games.
Games. I don't want to give anything away. Games.
These two manga series.
We got some packages. We got some shit to open.
We do. We have some envelopes. That's all we have. We have 3 envelopes. So I think we probably have time to open all of these. This is the first one, which this is from Joseph Willard, and I'm going to give you out his personal address right now.
This is where the Trash Bear lives.
That is okay. I'm going to hand this over to you, Tyler. You are the opener. I originally thought that this was just a self-addressed stamped envelope for stickers. And then when I actually opened the envelope, I saw other stuff in there.
Okay, because the first number in Joe's address, it's a 1. So if it's meant to be for anybody else, if you're meant to contact Trash Bear Joe Willard, you'll just guess the rest.
Just put something in an envelope, write just write Trash Bear on it, and then write the number 1.
And then just guess the rest. Just write it in there.
Or not.
You could perfectly guess his address.
Let's test the USPS. That's what I say. Just to see if they can fucking sleuth it out.
Let's see. Some shit in here. All right, I guess I'm going to go with there is a self-addressed stamped envelope.
I will take that
for
and
you.
Joe, I will get your stickers in the mail just as soon as I can. Plug, if you want free stickers, free Dadbog stickers, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope.
Gooters. Thanks for the stickers. Here's one for the blanket fort left over from the arcade build. Can I get 3? My buddy Lance wants one, and of course I want 2. Enjoy this Sega sticker and $1. Where's my whistle? And I also included a dick pic that is talking some shit.
Thank God it's a dick pic and not a dick pit. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
That's what I used to call my ex-girlfriend. The old dick pit. You know, there are various dicks buried there. This is my girlfriend, the dick pit.
Various dicks and copies of E.T. for the Atari.
This is my voice that sounds sort of like Jacob's ex-roommate, Lee, sometimes. This is my Lee voice. Thank you. So in it is a sticker that is the Sega emblem.
Nice.
$1.
That is a legit dollar bill.
And then...
Is that a comic?
It is a dick pic that he drew. Hi, boys. farting on haters 24/7. Trash bear.
That's awesome.
It's a dick with a face.
It is, and his he looks like he's wearing toad pants because those are his balls. So this is definitely going to be on Instagram, I'm assuming.
Probably.
Okay, probably.
Probably.
Not going to make promises.
Because Brainy and her friends follow TADPOG.
Joe, can this be our new offline screen on Twitch? Can I just scan this in? And it just says, I'll just like hastily white out what you've said about farting on. No, I'm gonna leave farting on haters. I'm just gonna take Trash Bear off. It'll be like, sorry, we're offline. That'd probably be funnier if everyone could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I'll put it on something.
Joe, dude, thank you. We will get you your stickers. Don't worry, son. I can send you 5 before I have to put another first class, or before we have to throw another first class stamp on there.
I think some of them bonus stickers.
So you're gonna get some bonus stickers up in there.
Yeah. Give it to your parents.
What's our PO box? Do you know that?
That is, you can send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, PO Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
Fucking knew you know it. So if you want some TADPOG stickers, self-addressed stamped envelope to that PO box. I think we've got some others that have come in, so I'm going to be sending out some stickers. I'm really fucking excited about it.
And we've kind of gone through a good clip of growth.
Yes,
I think. I mean, thanks to Facebook.
Oh yeah, Facebook is looking good.
We are over the 400 threshold I wanted for.
We are so fucking close to overtaking Second Breakfast Podcast on Facebook likes. And look, like I said, I love those guys. I hope that show sees a revival because I really do love their podcast. However, I do want more Facebook likes in them.
Yep.
So if you haven't liked us on Facebook yet, in this very, very plug-heavy intro, find us on Facebook and like us.
Because we got to climb over Second Breakfast and then Babe Ruth style point at 2 dudes in a ness and be like, coming for you. Coming for you and your shit ton of Facebook likes.
They have a shitload. It is what feels like unsurmountable.
Slow and perverted wins the race. We're going to get there.
I don't know if it does. Listeners, help us prove that slow and perverted does, in fact, win the race. And then we got to beat Jacob, who is got a lot.
Yep, Jacob's killing everybody.
Jacob's actor page has a lot. Link in the show notes at tadpog.com to Jacob's actor page.
And we got some more shit.
We do.
We got one thing I'm legitimately very excited about.
I am too. This is Tyler. This is an envelope. This is from Hops and Heroes podcast, aka Bailey War and Drew Rowland. I always say her name weird. It's just War.
War.
It's like, what is it good for? War.
Like the rider.
The Rider War?
The apocalypse.
Oh, the Rider.
Yeah.
I got it.
The horseman of the apocalypse.
The horse rider.
The horse rider. Jim War.
Dude, I'm so glad you said horse rider. There is a woman in town. Have you seen this woman?
She gets on the back of a horse and just drives it around. It's the damnedest thing.
Like it's a fucking car or something.
They'll probably replace cars one day. Yeah, put gas in that thing.
Man, you have to have seen this. I ran into somebody at work the other day who has also witnessed this, and me and that person are now essentially brothers because I thought I was the only person in the world who has seen this. There is a woman here in town who will go to the park and she'll stand next to a horse and she dances. She just gyrates. I mean, like, she is really getting it. And then the horse stands right next to her and looks completely bored and ignored. The first time I saw it, dude, I had to take a double take because Nikki was driving and I was in the passenger seat. At the time I was playing Pokemon Go and I happened to look up and be like, whoa, do you see that? And she like didn't stop in time. She didn't even slow down. I was like, slow down, look. And by that point, it was too late. And I had to explain to her, there was a woman just gyrating next to a horse. And then someone at work the other day happened to fucking mention it. They happened to mention something about a woman and a horse in the park. And I was like, the one dancing? Was she dancing with it? And he's like, yeah, she was dancing with it.
I wonder if that's like just a weird thing, or maybe she has somebody filming her. She's like the horse dancer.
Maybe she's like waiting for somebody to like, or do you think it's
I'm going to go viral. It's what I'm going to do.
Right. Or maybe it's like a
It's like-
Craigslist thing.
Oh.
Like it's like a what is it? A missed
Misconnection.
misconnection. It's like you gyrating near a horse. Me
So hot.
driving 5 miles over the speed limit to Dairy Queen.
Or it seems like a weird character that Dee would make, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like, I'm the
Yes.
Zadie horse dancer lady.
So anyway, sorry for that tangent. Back to this envelope. This is from Bailey and Drew of the Hops and Heroes podcast. And it is addressed to TADPOG Studios, which is surrounded in hearts. This is a baronial envelope, Tyler, which usually lets you know right up in advance that there's an invitation inside.
So what are all the kind of envelopes?
There's a bunch of envelopes. We don't even have time for that.
Oh, damn. I thought there was just like letter envelope and...
That is a baronial invitation envelope. There's business. Number 10 business is usually what you see. Just dropping graphic design bombs.
Yeah, you are. All right. Save the date for the marriage of Drew and Bailey, 11/4/17. And this is a pretty badass wedding invitation.
That is an awesome wedding invitation.
This will definitely be on Instagram because they have been Simpsonized, and it's very, very good.
Do you see what they're standing in front of?
A donut.
A heart-shaped donut.
A heart-shaped donut. Yeah, it's pretty damn good.
It's really good.
Yeah, I guess we can go. I guess.
I'm going.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm going.
Fuck yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going.
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
No, I'm not getting him anything, but I'm going.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna get him something.
Yeah, yeah.
I just feel like I need to give Bailey shit because she gives me so much shit on her podcast.
Look,
And don't answer my fucking questions. We've got our podcast in person. We're very nice, but on the podcast we have a Cold War going.
you are not fucking joking. Every time I listen to Hops and Heroes, I get to the point.
Sounds
where,
like she hates me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I get to the point where I'll be like, "Is she serious?" And then I'm like, "I'm glad it's not me."
I have to wonder until we talk, and then it's like, oh, okay, everything's fine. I listen to the podcast, and it's like, man, she.
So awesome! This is our first wedding invitation addressed to TADPOG Studios.
Yeah, because we've gotten one other wedding invitation. This is the first hard copy invitation mailed in.
I'll have a link to the wonderful podcast, Hops and Heroes, which Drew and Bailey host. I'll have a link to their show in the show notes at tadpog.com. All right, let's see. We've got...
Drew, okay, let's come. I wanted, because I brought it up to Drew, and it was going to be too long, but I said, hey, man.
Nice shot.
Yeah, there you go. If you want to propose to Bailey, I'm just saying, we're going to do a TADPOG live show one of these days. And that would be awesome.
That's news to me.
Well, episode 500, we agreed would be a live show.
Oh, I forgot about that. Ooh, that makes me nervous.
But he was like, really? When is that going to be then? That's interesting. Like, oh, man, that'd be
2019.
awesome. We're doing a show a week, so 100, at this time, like 150 episodes from now. Can you wait 3 more years to marry your friend? I'd appreciate it. Do it for me.
Yeah, if you could do that for us, that would be really nice. We have one more envelope. Now, this is a what I like to call a big ol' envelope, a BOE.
Makes sense for who it's probably from.
Yeah, it looks like this might be from Master Mold's Stomping Grounds.
Yeah.
Which, of course, you know from the Patreon episode where we were titled Master Mold.
Inside of this,
There is a giant...
there's another
envelope.
package. Yeah, get the good. All right. So inside of this, all right, the first thing I'm pulling out, The Legend of Bit Brigade presents
Oh, shit.
The Legend of Zelda.
That's awesome.
That is fucking awesome.
Is it I'm assuming it's like a Blu-ray or DVD?
This is weird. Yeah, what is this? It's some kind of circular disc. It's shiny on one side and has rupees on the other. I don't know if it'll fit in my phone. That's awesome. I've heard a lot about Bit Brigade.
Yeah, we both missed Bit Brigade at, and that is a hard word to say.
It is. We both stumbled over
I know,
it.
right? I would like to blame the rum, but I can't.
Nope.
It's just a hard word to say. Like,
Bit right.
like-
You're right.
Dungeons and Dragons is like almost impossible to say unless you prep yourself for 1 second before you say it.
Okay, no. Okay, this is funny. He sent us this other one I pulled out. Bit Brigade. Damn, I was even trying. Bit Brigade presents Mega Man 2. This, however, sealed in plastic. Zelda lose. I mean, I don't blame you. I don't open up listen to it too. And the last thing that's in here, what is this? Bit Brigade Contraband. So it is Contra. Oh, and I guess it's their live set of them.
Nice.
Doing
That looks like it
Contra.
is like in a Blu-ray or DVD case.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Awesome. I'm assuming these are from Master Mold Mike? Is there a letter or anything?
There
in
is
there?
not. Nope.
Master Mold, if these are from you, fucking thank you.
And if it's somebody else, who are you? Who else lives in Owensboro?
And also thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. But awesome. I have plenty of new things to put on Instagram. I should do that again because it has been a while.
I can't really blame you because I don't even have an Instagram account. I've thought about doing it just to see what you post, and then I get to the sign up, and I'm like, nah.
I'll do really well for a little while and then just stop for a long time and then do well for a little while again.
Oh, cool. That's how I do with Twitch streams.
All right. Did you hear that, Dave?
I do hear that. It sounds like a whole bunch of it just sounds like, I didn't get to see Bit Brigade, so I do not know what kind of music they play. I can only assume that they are like a 1950s Dixieland brass band.
And ska.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's like,
combination.
oh, man, it goes like Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, Real Big Fish, and then Bit Brigade. That's the order. And then, so of course I hear those like just.
Dixie ska is what they're called.
Yeah, the Dixie Ska group, we all know, Bit Brigade. It sounds like they're just kind of like warming up. They're just kind of warming up on like a train car or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, just getting ready to really just hit the brass. That actually sounded good. Which, of course, as we all know, ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia, which I should have had prepared. Okay, guys, here's what's interesting about these two games. Conveniently, they share a Wikipedia entry. So I feel like we are totally justified in talking about these games on the same episode. The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons, and Oracle of Ages. They are two action-adventure games in the Legend of Zelda series developed by Flagship, which we all know is actually Capcom. They were released in 2001 for Nintendo's Game Boy Color handheld console and re-released on the Virtual Console for the 3DS in 2013. And I was this close to buying them on the 3DS after I replayed Link's Awakening on the 3DS. The player controls the protagonist, Link?
Link?
Lonk?
Link.
From an overhead perspective. In Seasons, the Triforce transports Link to the land of Holodrum, where he sees Onox. I've heard people pronounce it Onyx, but there's definitely two O's in there. It's not the Pokemon. Onox, where he sees Onox kidnapped Din, the Oracle of Seasons. In Ages, the Triforce transports Link to Labrena, where Veron possesses Nehru. It just sounds like I might have just summoned a horde of skeletons. Veron possesses Nehru. There. All the skeletons have been brought back to the earth.
How do I shut the Necronomicon?
Right. The main plot of both games is revealed once the player finishes both of the games. Link, Tyler, is armed with a sword and shield.
Yeah.
As well as a variety of secondary weapons.
Interesting.
That's novel.
That's a novel idea.
Yeah. The central items are the Rod of Seasons, which controls the seasons of Holodrum, and the Harp of Ages, which lets Link travel through time in Labrena. Before he can infiltrate Onox's castle and Veron's tower, Link must collect the 8 essences of nature and the 8 essences of time, which are hidden in dungeons and guarded by bosses.
Yep.
Does that sound? I did not play these games, so does that sound?
That sounds accurate.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can buy the show.
Okay, we talked more about video games we normally do.
Yeah,
hope you enjoyed that.
Side off.
Now these games, okay, because I think anyone who's heard the podcast before, like I'm a huge fan of Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening is an amazing, amazing game.
It's my favorite Zelda game.
Yeah, mine too.
My favorite Zelda game hands down.
And yeah, my favorite as well. And I left it out whenever we were asked about top 5 recently. I forgot about it, but it is in my top 5 or top 6. It's hard to shuffle in there, but it is one of my favorite games of all time. I played it for the Game Boy when it was still hot and in stores, and then I beat it so many times. So when these games were coming out, fuck was I excited. Holy shit was I excited, because I was like, it's more Link's Awakening. Yes. These are good games.
Yeah.
These are 2 very good games. In my opinion, they are not as good as Link's Awakening.
I'm glad that you bring that up, because I do have some questions that I prepared for you. And one of the top ones was, does anyone love these games, these 2 games? Does anyone love these games?
When I was refreshing on the internet, doing some research, refreshing myself, because it's been a while since I've played these, like, a lot of people hold these in super high regard.
Sure. That is great to hear. I don't really hear people talk about these 2 games often. So that's why I was really curious, because when you pitched the idea of this for an episode, I was all on board because of Breath of the Wild, but the very first thing that I thought was, do people give a shit about these 2 games? So I'm glad that people do.
Yeah.
Especially because from what I've read, these games are extremely reminiscent of Link's Awakening.
They're built on Link's Awakening.
Like, they use the same sprites and all
It
all
controls
that, right?
the same. Music is good. Music is very similar. To me, what these games feel like, it's like Link's Awakening sold out, because it's
Really?
like the soul is sort of gone from Link's Awakening.
Really?
Because it's like, because Link's Awakening was a passion project.
Sure.
For those developers, and it fucking shows. And this is different, however, where they take that passion and add that corporate money making to it to make these 2 games. Which I'm sure, yes, it was a passion, but it's just, man, it's different. It's just different.
You say you're sure that it was a passion. I have a question for you. Are you how familiar are you with the origin of the development of this game? Or these games? I keep saying this game.
Just a little, because I know it was originally supposed to be 3 games.
That's correct. Yeah.
Got pared down because of the limitations of the Game Boy Color.
Yeah, they said that it was going to be essentially, there were complications in doing 3, and yes, they pared it down to 2. The original concept of this game was Capcom approached Nintendo and said, hey, let us remake The Legend of Zelda for the Game Boy Color. And that's like the seed that was planted for the creation of these games. So I kind of feel like right there, that kind of speaks to what you said about this not really being a passion project like Link's Awakening was, which was, I'll post a link in the show notes at tadpog.com to our episode on Link's Awakening, because we talk about that. We talk about the origin of that game's development, and it was kind of just a fun side project that got turned into a whole game.
Yep.
Which I can see that creativity and that fun kind of building its own kind of quirky soul. It's a shame to hear that these games don't really have that.
I guess and I know a lot of Zeldas do it, is like they get tied to a gimmick. And that gimmick is what the game is completely centered around.
Sure.
I'm not crazy about that.
Sure, I'm not either.
And that's very much what this is like. These are Link's Awakening put through the manufacturing process and tied to a gimmick. They're good, solid games. They're just not as good as Link's Awakening.
So the gimmick being the time travel in ages and the season, the weather control.
And it's cool. It's done very, very well. I'm just to me, the gimmickiness took away from it. And at least in Seasons, it's a little clunky.
How's it clunky in Seasons?
Because it's all, well, one, I'll get this out of the way, that Oracle of Ages is more puzzle based. It is my favorite of the 2.
I was going to ask you, if you had a favorite.
And then Oracle of Seasons is more action based.
Yeah, that's the one that I would probably like. I would probably like the action based Seasons better.
Because in Seasons, all the puzzles and the dungeons are revolved around, the seasons. So you have that rod of seasons, and every time you swing it, the season changes between spring, summer, fall, and winter.
And what does that allow you to access different areas and stuff like that?
Because the dungeon is in the middle of a lake. You can't get to it. pull out your Rod of Seasons, change it to winter, turns to ice, cross the lake, go into the dungeon. So a lot of stuff like that.
Okay.
So you come to a wall that there's something you need at the very top of this wall. You can't climb it. So you go, you get a seed, you go and you plant the seed, you change it to like winter or something like that, and then switch the seasons to spring, and they sprout into vines. You can climb the vines to the top.
Okay.
It's a lot of stuff like that.
That's cool, but I can definitely see the gimmick.
But you can't like just choose which one you want. You have to go through all the seasons every time you wanna do something. I thought that was clunky.
Does it take a long time to go through the seasons?
A little bit.
Yeah.
More enough that you're just like.
And probably one of those things where you miss the
swing
season,
one more time,
right?
you go through the whole thing all over again.
Sure.
And then something similar with Oracle of Ages, and that's time, because you go between the past and the present. So you can do something. So if you come up and there's a wall blocking your path in the present, you go back to the past and talk to somebody, tell them not to build the wall. You go back to the present, wall's not there, you can pass through.
But then they never built the wall, which means that the people who built the wall...
All the Mexicans have come in. Trump was right. I can't even fucking joke.
I wanted to hop in there and help you with that, but I was like, I'm not going to do that.
Nope. That's fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm going to let you drown.
The wall's bullshit, so I'm just going out there and put it out there. I'm brave. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Yeah. I'm gonna take a stance. It's a mistake.
Brave man.
Yeah. Yeah, at real Donald Trump. You shouldn't do that.
Please don't. Just tweet at him. Please don't do that. Do you think anyone's asked him nicely?
Everyone's calling him a big orange.
It's fine.
Shithead.
It's fine. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah,
this is our show. You don't have to censor. Well, that's the political stylings that everyone's come to know and love here on TADPOG. The reason I'm glad that you found people on the internet who hold these games dear. I did a little bit of research as far as critical reviews go, from a modern standpoint. I looked to see. I figured there's probably like at least 1 billion listings of the best Zelda games ever. So I did find all 1 billion of those, and I combed through them very meticulously. And then I found maybe the 3 most well-known quote-unquote publications, being Metacritic, Kotaku, and Game Informer. They all had some pretty good things to say about these games, but kind of almost all of them placed them middling. Like Metacritic, for example, placed both of these games number 9 of 18. So just right smack dab in the middle of their rankings for best Zelda game. Kotaku.
That sounds fair to me, because they're not bad by any means.
Kotaku fucking surprised the shit out of me and put both of these games as number 3 out of 15, which I feel like is probably them just looking for a controversial top 3.
A lot of people on the internet that I was watching, a lot of them said one of these games was their first Zelda game. A lot of them. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, so if you have a special affinity for it, if it was your first Zelda, I can understand that. But
I feel like the only one who did it right was Game Informer, who split the games and put Seasons as number 12, and they put Ages as number 9. I thought that was nice because even though you and I on this show are talking about the game as one, they were like, look, these are 2 different games.
They are different games. They are, like, a lot of Zelda games are similar, but they control all the dungeons. You're not like just going through the same exact world with different tools. They are 2 completely different games.
So the maps are different.
The maps, the dungeons, it's all different.
Okay. Then that's
so it is
different.
This is if you get your hands on both games and you have a lot of time on your hands, these are good desert island games, because there is more. I mean, I haven't played Breath of the Wild, but there is a lot of shit to do, and this is the Final Fantasy 8 of Zelda games.
How do you mean it's the Final Fantasy 8?
Because what I know about 8 is there is a lot of grinding and, for lack of a better word, mining to get these perfect stats and items and boosts, and you can really sink into customizing and making meticulous, perfect characters and things like that in 8 more so than like 9 and 10 and other iterations of Final Fantasy.
I probably didn't play it right. You know what I mean? Like
I'm going from what I read in the Brady guides.
I believe it, and I know that on Experience Grind podcast recently, they mentioned Final Fantasy VIII, and like really, I think it was Kyle mentioned just like it's possible to just break that game like more than any other Final Fantasy game because of the draw system. But I was, rank 1 child Galka who was just happy and dumb to just
played
play,
it like
just
you would a Final Fantasy you'd enjoy.
Right.
Because I just remember reading, like, getting all of the Guardian Forces and doing the right junction. Like, if you save 3 characters to the end and don't level them up and don't pump anything into them till when you have all the items that you can then make 3 gods. Like, just doing them just right.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I just played with the characters I like the most.
Yep.
Shout out to my man Zell.
Yeah, I remember. That's one thing I remember about that game.
Billy Idol Monk. Like I am sold, man.
That, let's see, because these 2 games. What was my saying before all that?
You were saying that these games are the Final Fantasy VIII of the Zelda series.
Okay, because they build that they interconnect in a lot of ways. Because, like, say you play like I did. I played Ages first, and I beat Ages. And there's also in the game there are also rings of power that you can collect.
I read about the rings.
There are a ton of rings.
I heard they're a big deal in the they're the big collectible.
Yep.
I mean, there are
games. So many fucking rings, and they do good things and bad things. But the goal is you want to get all the rings.
Like,
and
do you get anything special for getting all the rings?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Because I was curious about, I looked.
Well, I think for getting all of the rings, you get 2 super powerful rings.
Okay.
I think you get the level 3 attack ring, the level 3 defense ring.
Okay.
So you just have through the roof attack or through the roof defense.
Okay.
But some of the
more
rings.
Your reward for collecting all these rings, more rings.
Yeah, 2 rings that by the time you're able to collect them, you do not need them.
Oh, right. Because you're done with the game.
Yeah, you're done.
The games.
You're done. Period. But I played through Ages.
Yeah.
And once you beat Ages, then you get a code.
You get a letter from Nintendo saying you did it.
Congratulations. Here's $5 to spend in any Nintendo store of your choice.
Here's 5 Nintendo bucks. a crisp $5.
Not valid under an $80 purchase. So once you beat it, you get this enormous code. And then whenever you write down the code, when you put in seasons and start a new game, it'll ask for the code. You put it in, and you essentially unlock a new game plus to play through on seasons.
Well, that's cool.
And like your rings carry over, and I believe your hearts and all other things carry over into that game. So then you can play through. The point is to play through seasons and then get seasons code. And then this is me. We might need to look this up for me to be exactly sure.
I may or may not have already looked it up.
Okay, good. Because I think then you can go back to your other game. Because I think, you go through, you beat the first boss in the first game, get the code, beat the boss. In the second game, you can unlock one of the hidden bosses. I think one of them, depending on what game you played, like Twin Rova is one of the bosses, the dual witches. And then I think once you beat that one and get that code, then you can unlock Ganon, fighting Ganon.
Here's what I've read. Correct me if I'm wrong, because like I said,
I'm not going to be able to.
I have not played these games. Smoke bomb. Here's what I read. You beat one of the games. Then, like you said, you get the password, you enter it in the second game. And then when you finish the second game, if it's linked to the other game, what happens is you fight the witch that you mentioned. What was her name?
Twin Rova.
Twin Rova, who you find out was trying to resurrect Ganon. This is a thing that you wouldn't normally see if you didn't link the games.
Yep.
If you beat the games just without linking them, you would just fight the final boss in that game, and it's over.
Yep.
But if you've linked it, you fight Twin Rova, who's resurrecting Ganon. You defeat her, and then you fight Ganon, who is in like a weak form because he's not fully resurrected. Like his plan, Rova's plan, I guess, is to get both oracles, the Oracle of Ages and the Oracle of Seasons, and Princess Zelda to light 3 flames. And by lighting these 3 flames, she'll be able to resurrect Ganon. And then she will use Princess Zelda as a vessel for Ganon. So I guess what happens is that shit don't work for Twinrova. So she decides to resurrect Ganon anyway, and she's only able to do so in a weak form. And then when you defeat Ganon, that's the end of the
true
story.
ending.
But then what I read is even after you do that, you're not done because there is no way you could have collected everything and done everything in the games. What I've read is after that, you get another password that you enter in on either of the games, and you unlock what's called hero mode.
Oh, yeah, the hero dungeons. Yep.
Which is right. You start out with 4 heart containers instead of 3, and they unlock hero dungeons, which are, I've watched a little bit of playthrough on that. Those dungeons look bonkers.
Yep, fuck that. Fuck that.
Like, that has nope for me written all over it.
Me
because,
too. Me too.
Like, from some of those puzzles and shit that I saw, I was like, no, never, not once. Like meth, not once. So from what I understand is by going through those new game pluses, you're able to get rings that you could not get in your previous playthroughs. So to get everything in both of these games, you have to play them each at least twice.
Yeah, I think I read that it was you had to play through 4 times in order to get
4 times total for right. Yeah, that's a lot of time.
Yeah,
and if I liked the games, even then, probably no. I'm probably not going to do it.
That's why I say they're good desert island games because you can sink into these.
That's like an MMO level of commitment.
Yep.
And that's hard for me to do when it's like I'm not playing with other people I can show off to. You know, where it's like, look at these 64
No one's going
rings.
to see me do this. It's like going to go out like, hey, check out this Game Boy. Come here. Hold on. Let me put in this password. Hold on. Yeah, no, it's 16 digits. If I fuck up, it doesn't work. Hold on. What pissed me off when I played through, my code did not work. No matter what I did, my code did not work.
So what'd you do?
I played through both games, and that was just it.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
So you didn't fight Twinrova, you didn't fight Ganon?
I did not.
That fucking sucks.
I mean, I beat Aegis, got the password, tried it, beat it again, tried to put it in. Never fucking worked for me. Never. It's like, oh well, I guess I don't beat that boss.
That fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah, it really fucking sucks.
So you got to do it again.
Magic of the internet now. I'll just watch it.
Yeah. So wait, that tells me something. You okay, so do you have plans to ever play these games ever again? Okay, so you're done. You've
done.
finished them. You're moving on.
Yep.
Okay.
If they were as good as Link's Awakening, because I'll play the Link's Awakening again.
I would play
But
Link's
they're not.
Awakening again too. I'm
So-
actually considering streaming it because it's like reading about these 2 games has made me want to play Link's Awakening again.
So fucking good.
And I just played it like 2 years ago for this show.
Man, 2 years ago. Damn.
I think it was 2 years ago. Probably was.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I know you're probably right. I mean, it was a while. It was a click. So
It was episode 123. Link's Awakening. Hi,
Damn.
Tyler. We've been doing this a long time.
we have.
I love you. I love you still.
Yeah. Man, because is this year 5?
No, we're in year, I don't know.
We started December 2012.
Yeah, but we published our first episode in 2013.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yeah. We just started that Facebook page early, son.
That's true. Look what's coming. You're gonna have 20 minutes of awkward glory
Right.
in a month.
All 12 of our friends were like, all right, I'll like this page and never listen.
As soon as it came up, Blake, listen to it. Blake, listen to it. What'd you think? Think it was good? Really? We promise. Listen to it again.
I remember the first time we published, I remember like sitting at work and being like, I wonder if anyone's listening. I wonder if anyone's
Right
listening to our
now.
podcast. And then I'll like check the numbers and be like, no, they're not.
Zero.
They're not listening at all. And then I'd see it go up by 1 and be like, someone listened. And I text you.
Success.
Yeah. I text you and be like, did you listen? And you're like, yeah. I was like, fuck.
Did you listen 4 times? Yep.
Yeah, sure did. Are you also refreshing the page constantly to see if anyone's listened? Yes.
Let's see. What else do I have written down about this? An interesting thing about this game is the animal pals.
I read about these mounts or something.
Yep.
Everyone's going crazy about this kangaroo.
I mean, they're sort of the equivalent. I look at them the same way you look at the blue rooster or whatever from Link's Awakening. Like where you play the, what's his name from Mario 2? The boss of Mario 2.
Wart?
Yeah, where you play Wart's song.
Oh, yeah.
And then resurrect the chicken, and the chicken helps fly you across large gaps.
Right.
Because I think I believe it's Seasons, you get the boxing kangaroo.
Do you remember his name?
Sort of the Kenny?
It's not Kitty, but it's super fucking close to Kitty. It's Ricky.
Ricky.
I love it, man. It's fucking Ricky.
Ricky Kenny. I mean, it's the same thing, man.
They could be brothers.
Yeah.
They could be brothers that run a barbecue shop together. I can see the sign right now. Ricky and Kenny's is arced above a silhouette of a pig, and then down below it says barbecue.
Australian barbecue. Yeah, because he can charge up punches and then jump across long, where there'll be 7 holes in a row that you cannot get over by any other means. He can do a power jump and go across all of them.
All I know is you can ride in his pouch. So I guess that makes it a him or her. You can ride in her pouch and Ricky's pouch, and also 7 holes in a row. One of my favorite checkouts from Movie Hut. It's about golf.
Nice. And then I think it's like a flying bear in Ages. It's a blue bear with very tiny wings that support him for a little bit of time to fly you across holes.
Lame.
Yeah.
Does not beat kangaroo. Flying bear
does not beat
kangaroo.
Roger from Tekken.
No. Dude. Am I the only one who wanted to get really good at Roger?
With Roger, yeah. I wanted to get really good with Gon in Tekken Tag.
I don't remember Gon. Is that the robot?
The tiny orange dinosaur.
What? No.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
He
Ron?
was
R-O-N?
Gon.
Gon.
Ron the tiny dinosaur.
That's his business card. Just says Ron.
I'm Ron the tiny dinosaur in Tekken. And he was the joke character, but he was fun to play as.
What was the name of the robot, aka log fighter? Remember the guy made it of logs?
Yeah. Oh, the log guy's Mokujin.
Mokujin?
Mm-hmm.
Man, your Tekken knowledge is deep.
Just for that game, because I fucking played the shit out of that game.
What was the mini game in that? Was that the volleyball?
Tekken Ball.
Or Tekken Ball.
I want to have a Tekken Ball tournament at next year's Expo.
Let's fucking do it.
Brandon and I would stay up all fucking night playing Tekken Ball. Holy shit, was Tekken Ball fun.
Was it more fun than
the actual game? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't fight each other in Tekken all night long. We fucking played Tekken Ball. Him as Law and me as Brian.
I like Tekken, but man, Tekken Tag was pretty much the only one I spent a lot of time with. My patience with Tekken wore thin really fast because it was just I don't know, man. It's I lose to Eddie Gordo 12 times in a row, and it's you know what? I think Street Fighter's better than this. Call me crazy.
He's doing this kick, and I'm flipping sideways 8 times in the air, and then he just keeps kicking and keeps kicking. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. What is this, capoeira shit? Fuck that shit.
The man's made out of kicks.
Let's see. There are some, I'm trying to think, unique items. In one game, I believe, in Ages, you'll get the Rock's Feather, which is also in Link's Awakening.
Which allows you to jump?
Yep, which is, new for Zelda. And then in this, it introduces the Rock's Cape, which allows you to jump and then glide a few squares.
That's cool.
You get a sort of a slingshot. It's this shooter type weapon that fires out different kinds of seeds, like a fire seed they can sort of fire from afar. Seeds that reflect and bounce around adds an element of gameplay.
That's cool.
You got to use those a lot in puzzles and things like that to hit distance switches and things like that. Again, power bracelet, different levels of swords, your standard kind of stuff. But I mean, like I said, they're good. They're not Link's Awakening. They're not Breath of the Wild. Apparently, they're good, but they're in the middle.
I think I'm just thinking about you talking about this game and how it compares to other games. I almost think it is not fair to compare overhead Zelda games with non-overhead Zelda games. I feel like having played Majora's Mask a little bit, not a little bit, but enough to get the feel of I don't like this.
Yep.
And Ocarina of Time. having played those games and then Breath of the Wild even, it's kind of like those games feel entirely different to me than Zelda 1, Link's Awakening, Link to the Past.
Yeah.
I mean, like those, like the overhead Zelda games just feel different. Like there are elements that, you know, kind of like bridge that gap. But as far as like gameplay goes, night and day. I almost think it's like not fair to compare those two as like the same series. Because it's like, I really like Breath of the Wild, but it's like, I would be hard pressed to be like, well, which do you like better? Which is better, Link's Awakening or Breath of the Wild?
They're very different.
They're fucking different.
Yeah,
they're crazy
100% different.
So, I don't know. I got a few questions for you.
Please.
I don't know why I said that like a game show host, but you're welcome. Okay, so of course, Tyler, I know that you know this. There are manga retellings of both of these games.
I did not know that.
Sure you did. Yeah, I know you knew.
Oh, okay.
I saw it on your bookshelf.
That's true.
Yeah. What is your favorite chapter from either of those books?
The one where Link gets a song sung to him.
Yeah. Do you remember the title of that chapter?
Din's Fire.
Din's Fire?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Din being one of the oracles.
Yep.
All right. Okay, great. Can you explain something to me?
Uh-huh.
When I was doing a little bit of research on this game, I ran across something called a Pegasus seed, and that sounded really gross.
Oh, that's you can shoot out of your little pea shooter.
Oh, okay. So it's ammo.
Yep.
It is not Pegasus jizz like I thought it might be.
Pegasus seed. You jerked off a horse and got this. He just walks up and it holds it above his head. Pegasus seed.
Everyone thinks you're gross, but hey.
There's someone that's going to be into it. Maybe you'll find them. It starts a whole new trade game.
I've got another. This is a legit question. These games kind of came out near the end of the Game Boy Color's life. I mean, how do you think it looked and sounded?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought like the music was very similar to Link's Awakening. A lot of similar tracks to it. So I mean, the music great. It looks just like Link's Awakening, only colorized better than the automatic coloring the Game Boy Color does whenever you put in.
Sure.
So yeah, it looks great. Looks great, sounds great, plays great, controls are wonderful. Everything like that is top notch.
Just needs a soul.
Just needs a soul.
That's all it needs is a soul.
Right, exactly.
Of course, we covered that Flagship developed this game, and they are essentially Capcom, or were essentially Capcom, or whatever. Do you feel like Capcom's development showed in this game, or do you think like if you didn't know that Capcom was involved, would you have assumed that it was just a Nintendo developed?
I knew
game?
something was different. Didn't know why.
I see,
but I knew like, oh, this game just like there's something missing. So I knew something was different. I didn't know I didn't know anything about Link's Awakening when I played it.
Oh, really?
I just knew when I played, oh, this is really fun. Okay, awesome. Okay, these games are not as fun. Something's off. Something's different.
Something's weird. Like Ganon is a robot master. I don't understand. When I beat him, I got the boar gun.
I've got Metal Blade, and that works against him.
Right?
Because Metal Blade works against everything. So of course it works.
Okay, so I got to do the water temple first to get the squirt gun. Then I fight the fire monster.
No, this game, the dungeons were cool. The areas like when you go to you get the Mermaid's Tail, and you can go into the Zora's Village and swim around in there and swim into doors. Like it controls differently underwater. There are cool elements to it. Like I said, it's just not my favorite. It just missing something.
You are more familiar with Zelda than I am. When you mentioned the Zora Village, it made me think about in Breath of the Wild, there are monster villages, and the monsters like the Zoras and the Gorons, they're all very like personified. You know, they all have like human emotions, and they're humanized. I shouldn't say they're personified. They're humanized. So, do you know when that started? Because I know in like when we were playing even I think not Majora's Mask, Oracle or the Ocarina of Time. It's hard for me to not say Oracle right now because we're talking about the Oracle games. But I know in like Ocarina of Time, I mean, you spoke with like Gorons and stuff in that game, right? Do you know when that started?
I want to say it was Ocarina of Time. Because remember in Link to the Past, like you could talk to the King Zora to get your flippers, but that's like it.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And I remember it being like, it blew my mind when as an adult, the monster was helping me.
So I remember like I will venture a guess and to say that I don't remember anything like that before Ocarina of Time. I could be wrong, but I believe that was the first. Getting the red tunic and the blue tunic, and you interact with those villages. I want to say it started there.
Did you feel like in Ocarina of Time they tried to make them like hot?
I mean, not the Gorons, but like they definitely tried to make the Zoras hot.
Really? So that started a long time ago. Because I'm playing Breath of the Wild.
They had figures. They had hourglass figures.
Yeah.
Zoras.
Yeah. Okay. So great. I'm glad that's a long story tradition in Zelda games because I was rolling around Zora Village like, they're making me feel uncomfortable about all these fishmen. Some of them have tops, others don't. I guess anything
Do I call
goes.
it fish pussy? Is that what I call it? Is that what I want?
Oh, it's what you want.
Do I want fish pussy?
Yeah. You may not be sure you want it, but you'd want it.
Is that a really crass joke about pussies? I don't know. I don't know, man.
Rod of Seasons versus Harp of Ages. Which one would you prefer to
Harp of
have
Ages.
in real life? Of course. Obviously, I even had that written down. Obviously, you want time travel over the ability to change seasons.
Yep.
That's a fucking no-brainer.
It's kind of hot out here today.
So that's not the real question. The real question is, what could I throw on top of the Rod of Seasons to make you change your mind? Like, could it, like a free oil change? Like if I gave you the Rod of Seasons and free oil change, like then would you maybe go Rod of Seasons or like what would it take? A book of coupons from Arby's?
To beat time travel and seemingly repercussionless time travel.
Yeah.
Time repercussions that only work in your benefits.
Possibly. It hasn't been fully explored.
I'm trying to think from that game. Anything? Oh, I don't know.
Nothing. You can't beat time travel.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate power, right?
Yep.
Time travel is the ultimate power. Time travel is all of the powers in one.
Any sort of manipulation of time, yeah.
I don't have, well, shit. I got shot. I don't have a healing factor, but I can stop time for 4 months. Heal up, get back in.
That is, to bring up Dragon Ball Super again.
Oh, shit.
A guy who beats Vegeta and nearly kills Goku, his power is that he can freeze time for 0.1 seconds.
Wait, he can freeze it for 0.1 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
And then what, it unfreezes?
Yeah.
So what, he just does it over and over again, or what?
He's so fast, he doesn't need any more. Dragon Ball Z, they're so powerful, you don't need more than 0.1 seconds to get in on an enemy and fucking knock the shit out of them.
Oh, I see.
So.
That's an instant.
Yeah, there you go. That is an instant. That's an instant.
Man, I don't know. It's hard to beat time travel. Do you remember when they did not know how to paint themselves out of the corner? Do you remember the show Heroes?
Yep.
Where they're like, well, he's got time travel. Oh shit, we don't know what to do now.
It doesn't work. He can't do it right now. He can teleport, but he's having a hard time. Oh, he's in the past and he's stuck and he can't do anything about it.
Show's over. Wrap it up.
Yeah, that show, season 1 of that show was so good. Fucking good.
Yes. Did you see any of the remake, or you remember when they like rebooted?
I heard about it, but nope, have not watched it.
I didn't watch it either.
So they dropped it so hard on seasons 2 and 3. But man, season 1, man, that was fucking good. Man, that was good shit.
Yeah, I loved it.
So man, it makes me sad.
Kinda.
I mean, well, if they could have kept that trajectory going and like still kept the writing good and not just like a bunch of writers who I don't think were familiar with how to deal with superpowers, trying to deal with superpowers and just
I felt like it was writers who were like, just do whatever, man. There's not gonna be a season 2. Just do whatever.
Superheroes, no one's gonna give a fuck.
Save the cheerleader. Who knows what the fuck that means?
Yeah, no one thinks Hayden Panettiere is that cute. Nothing. No, it's fine. Zachary Quinto? No. No one's gonna.
I love that it gave the world Zachary. I love that.
Yep.
Is Hayden in anything? Did she?
Nashville.
The show Nashville. I haven't seen it. Is it any good?
It's nothing I would have ever watched, but then Melissa and Brittany Jr. really got into it, so I've ended up watching the majority of it. I'm a comedy guy, but for a drama, like I have no problem sitting there and watching it with them.
I haven't seen her in anything but candid bikini shots that the paparazzi has shot over the last 10 years. Yeah. Like every now and then I'll just click through and be like, oh look, it's that girl from Heroes. Look at her.
Because what's the girl's name? She's in Friday Night Lights.
Oh God, you're asking the wrong
and
guy.
Spin
I've never
City.
seen it. I've seen Spin City, but I don't know.
I can't remember why. I can't think of her name at the time. She is a main character in Nashville too, and she's
Nashville 2, the sequel to Nashville.
Yep. Nashviller.
Nashville 2, Electric Boogaloo.
She's in it, and she's man, she's fucking amazing.
An amazing actor?
Yep. That's what I meant.
Right.
Both. She's a fucking great actress. I got some achievements.
You have some achievements?
Do you have more questions?
Maybe.
Go for it. Get them.
Let me condense it all down to one. I have 8 questions, but I'm going to condense it to one.
Why Zelda? Why Zelda?
Here I go. I'm concentrating all my energy. I'm boiling. I'm like, bloop, 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 bloop. I'm computing. Here it is. All boiled down to one question. Tyler, you've double booked a date at the Regal Beagle with both Din, the Oracle of Seasons, and Nehru, the Oracle of Ages. What do you do?
I leave both of them and then go see that third goddess who lives in the tree. Because there's the blue goddess, the red goddess, and the green goddess.
I assume the green goddess is the one who got cut from the game that did not come out.
She's in it. She is like some kind of advisor role inside like your tree headquarters in Seasons.
If I say her name, will you recognize it?
Maybe.
Jenny.
Yeah, there we go.
From Forrest Gump.
Jenny Green God.
That's in parentheses. From Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Every time you talk to her, it's got those in parentheses beside it.
Faror?
Maybe.
That is the Oracle that got cut from the third game, which was the third game was going to involve a paintbrush and so the scepter is for seasons, right? And the harp is for ages. The third one was going to be a paintbrush, and it was going to revolve around like color-based puzzles and stuff like that.
That would have been awesome.
So I mean, it sounds like that would be kind of cool.
So I think she's the one that you give the password to, maybe, or you get the password from.
I see.
But I know they put her in it. So that one, the Forgotten Goddess.
I'd like to think it's a nod to her, but it's probably just like, well, we developed that sprite and designed it, so
put it in there, use it somewhere.
Cram it in. Just like Hayden Panettiere. Let's just...
It's fine.
What's her last name?
Panettiere.
Panettiere? I will never be able to pronounce that.
She was also fucking awesome in Malcolm in the Middle.
Who the fuck did she play in Malcolm in the Middle? I don't remember her.
She was the girl that lived with him for a short time. His friend from school had like the frizzy blonde hair.
Holy shit. I barely remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I call her Panda Tiara.
Hiding panties in her rear. You know. She got them panties in her rear.
It sounds like you've heard that before.
No, that just comes out of my head.
All right. I'm done with my questions.
Okay.
Thank you for humoring me. Achievements you were talking about. I don't have any because I haven't played this game before. Do you have any?
I've got 3. My first one is, so this is the one you didn't want to play as much, and you get that one when you plug your password into the second game and get New Game Plus.
Okay.
My second achievement is, this is total bullshit. And you unlock that by getting the ring that requires you to get 10,000 rupees.
That's a lot of rupees.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
I'm assuming that is possible through normal gameplay.
Yeah. Oh, through normal gameplay? Yeah, you're going to do, that's going to be like a 4th gameplay, like all through all of them. Yeah, getting 10,000 is nuts.
I can buy my own house in Breath of the Wild for 3,000. So just
you could buy a house in India for 10,000 rupees.
Do you have any other achievements?
It's trite, but you know you wanted it. And that's when you unlock Ganon in his final form.
Nice. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've had a lot of fun drinking with you and talking about a game that I've never played before. Can I tell you that this was nice? I feel like we've made a show. I had fun doing it.
I did too.
But before we close things out, I've got a few important questions to ask you. The first of which, if you were to give this game a beard that just encapsulates how you feel about it, what kind of beard would you give it? This is if you're a first-time listener, this is how we rate games.
I would give this the sort of scraggly goatee of one Steven Tyler after he quits drugs and Aerosmith starts making like soundtracks for Armageddon.
Wow. Don't want to close my eyes.
So meaning he's sold out. His soul is gone.
Right, sure. No, I love the analogy. That was my our senior prom song. I cannot remember the name of that. I don't want to close my eyes.
Don't want to fall asleep because I don't want to miss
I don't want to miss it. We got there. Yeah. That was that was our senior prom song when I was in high school.
Yeah, I remember I think I slow danced with Melissa to that song in high school. So.
At your wedding.
At our wedding.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've got another question for you. If you were to give this game a pair of glasses, because I wear glasses, also you're Tyler and I'm Dave. We host the show together. Welcome to our intros. If you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I would give it the hardened, what's the word I'm looking for? The hardened, drug-addled cataracts of Keith Richards.
Excellent.
I'm gonna keep going on that line.
I like it. The music line is very clear. Any reason why?
It's old. It's real old.
I thought it was because
It's old. It's not that good, but everyone loves it anyway.
Oracle of Ages is definitely in the Pirates of the Caribbean, right? You remember when Jack Sparrow's playing it on the Black
yeah,
Pearl?
that's true. That's true. Yeah. When they're in that giant log that they're like rolling and trapped inside, trying to get Davy Jones' heart. Like
right.
he opens up Davy Jones' chest for the heart, and inside is a Game Boy Advance with Oracle of Seasons.
And he pulls it. He's like, can you believe this plays Game Boy Color games?
Can you believe this? Can you believe this thing is? It's Zelda and they're connected.
But in typical movie form, he says, "Oh, don't stop me! I got to beat my score, my high score." And it's like, it's Zelda. There's no high score.
Stop it, Orlando Bloom. I've got to get all the points.
You remember that movie where Johnny Depp got really sloppy out of character?
Keira Knightley, are you playing? Are you? Yeah, that went too far the other. Aren't you play Oracle of Seasons, man?
Do you remember that time where I got weirdly French?
I am Jack Sparrow, and I am so drunk.
On rum, right? Because I'm a pirate.
La rum.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I have one last question for you. Actually, this is kind of two questions because it is two questions. I would like to know, how much are these games on Amazon? If you were to buy these right now on Amazon, how much do you think you would pay for Oracle of Ages? And how much do you think you'd pay for Oracle of Seasons used?
Let's see. I know they came on a virtual console. That's going to bring the price down a little bit. Oracle, everyone seems to prefer Oracle of Seasons, though that's not what I preferred. So I'm going to assume that makes Oracle of Ages a little bit more because not many people have bought it. So I'm going to say Oracle of Ages is $28 and Oracle of Seasons is $22.
You're very close. And I liked your logic. Tyler, actual retail value of Oracle of Seasons used on Amazon for the Game Boy Color at the time of this recording is $18.99. It is currently available on the Nintendo eStore, or the eShop, for the 3DS for $5.99. Oracle of Ages.
That's still a good buy. That's a decent buy.
I feel like that sounds pretty good. Also, I checked, Link's Awakening is still on the eStore, also for $5.99.
That's a damn good buy.
That's totally worth it.
Yep.
Oracle of Ages on Amazon, used at the time of this recording for the Game Boy Color, is $20 even.
Okay.
That one is also $5.99 on the eShop. If I didn't have so many fucking games to play, like if I didn't have an enormous backlog, I would actually like to play these games.
They're worth checking out. They really are. Like, I know I've kind of shown them a little bit, but promise they're good games. It's hard for me to enjoy them as much when they're just not as good as their predecessor.
I get it. I understand. I mean, it's hard to not compare them. With them using the same art assets as Link's Awakening, it's like almost impossible to not compare it, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. So, all right.
You want to take some calls or anything? How are we on time?
We can take a few calls.
Take a few calls?
Take a few.
All right, let's go.
Work through this backlog.
Yeah, we do have a backlog. And I need to sober up a little bit before I get in the car. So, calls. We are still in September, but we're almost, I don't know, I shouldn't say we're almost. We got 7 calls. Here we go. First call.
Motherfucking Tadpog.
I love it already.
This is a drunk message from Terrified Michelle's wife, and I just wanted to say I've been listening to the Patreon episodes, and I think that is it Nicole? She does the intro, and I'm pretty sure she says whom with an M incorrectly, because I believe that requires an object, so it's like to whom, or on, or for, or from whom.
Oh, shit.
So anyways, like, I'm a part-time grammar Nazi, and I think that might be wrong.
Sounds like full-time grammar Nazi.
Anyway, also, I just listened to...
Can I tell you my favorite drunk calls are about grammar? That's so rare. That's so rare, man.
Or people getting drunk and referring to themselves as some form of Nazi.
That's like finding a diamond in your bucket at KFC. Like, that just does not fucking happen. I fucking love it. Also, I think our Patreon intro hasn't changed. That's
Patreon
Meg.
is currently, although I do have some ideas, I don't want to change it, but currently it is Meg that reads the Patreon.
So let's
intro.
blame your ex-wife.
Well, I wrote the copy for her to read.
No, friend Tyler.
You can blame her. I won't. Because of that daughter thing that we have. But you can blame her.
No, I'm like, look, I don't have a dog in this fight. So I'm just gonna default to whatever you say, my friend.
The episode where Taryn Landon, a.k.a. Princess Consuela Banana Hammock, said that it was okay to send her dick pic if you dressed it up real pretty and real nice. So I was wondering if she wanted a dick pic of a girl's tit. Oh my goodness. To put in a Creole dress. It would be so cute. So, what's it? Care of Nicole Nance? Yeah, I could do that. Okay, love you, TADPOG. Bye, let me know.
Janie, I will give you Taryn Landon's phone number. And you can send her that picture.
So wait, I don't understand. We're talking about a Vulpix, right? We've already covered this. That's called a Vulpix. That's not a dick pic. That's a Vulpix.
A Vulpix.
Thank you.
That was great.
Yeah,
Janie.
that was.
I know they didn't say it, but I know that's Janie. So thank you.
Yuri partner.
Yuri partner.
Janie, right?
Yuri student.
I don't know.
Yuri
for sure though.
Yeah, Yuri we know.
Janie, please correct us. We don't know our own titles. Oh shit. Also, Tyler, I would love to come up with a title for possibly our youngest listener, Joey Webster.
Okay.
In Twitch chat, he revealed to me that he is 19 years old, which I felt like the oldest man on earth. And I said,
you don't get any of our references.
So I was like, dude, I don't think you should be listening to our shit. Like, I was actively trying to be like, I don't know if maybe you should be listening to the horrible things that we say.
This is like walking into the adult store, 21 and older.
So let's ruminate on that maybe a little bit.
I need to send Joey's shirts. Really didn't remember to send those
haven't done
shirts.
that yet?
I have not done that
Would you like
yet.
to just give those to me?
That'll work.
Yeah, just give those to me.
Because every morning I'm like, I need to grab those. Let me get this coffee first. And then I just don't.
Just give those to me. I'll get them out.
Because when you go to bed at midnight, 1 o'clock, and get up at 6, shit's pretty hazy at 6.
Yeah, trust me. I understand. I get it. I'll take those shirts. I'll get them. Joey, they're coming to you. Don't worry. Joey the patient.
All right, he got the 2 shirts for him and his boss.
The generous.
The generous
Shirtless Joey.
Generous Joe.
That's bad. We'll
Shirt Lord.
Shirt Lord. Nailed it. Shirt Lord Joey. Congratulations on your new title, Joey Webster. All right, here we go. Next call.
This is Terrified Michelle.
Terrified
and
Michelle.
I just wanted to call you guys. My wife was listening to an episode.
We heard from her.
But I was doing homework, and then you guys started talking about Doctor Who, and I was like, wait, what? And so I had to stop and re-listen to the whole podcast about Phantasy Star 2, and
Bless
I'm
you,
sure
child.
I will love the game if I ever play it. But I was just more concerned about the Doctor Who part because I love Doctor Who. David Tennant is my favorite Doctor ever.
Yeah.
I don't know how far you'll have been by the time you got to this message. Maybe you'll have finally finished everything.
No.
There's some great things about Matt Smith's story arc. I don't know if you've seen, like, the Doctor and Vincent. Cry. You're going to cry. That's what happens. Oh my God.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah, Donna, perfect, wonderful. And I agree about Clara. Yeah, she's kind of crappy. I don't know what's going on there.
I don't like Clara.
And I haven't seen the most current season of Doctor Who, and it's not on Hulu or Netflix, so I'm sad, and I have to figure out how to watch it.
Mr.
Yeah.
Bay.
I don't want to pay like over $100.
No, do not do that.
Over
Do
Mr.
not
Bay.
do that.
Anyway, So I had to call you because I love you guys and I love Doctor Who, and it was like, okay, so now it's time I have to call in. And my wife's already called twice. Hope you like that. And we both donate to your Patreon, even though it's an account, but now you get $2 from us.
Good God,
Yeah.
thank
And
you.
we also get to hear both of our names on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's right.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Cool. I don't know if I have a question. Thank you for liking my dress on Instagram. You probably won't remember that by the time you get this.
Nope.
And that's okay. Question. I don't have a question. I'm sorry, guys. I'll come up with a really awesome question next time, okay? Bye.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to hearing from you again, Terrified Michelle. Thank you for donating on Patreon. I'm glad that you brought that up. If you want to be cool like Terrified Michelle, you go to patreon.com/tadpog and donate there.
Because Terrified Michelle's been sending me some messages on Instagram.
Yes.
So one, listened to Tater Day, and she liked that I called them rebel flags and not Confederate flags.
Oh.
I did not even realize I did that.
No, I didn't realize that either.
Let's see. And she very much enjoyed Brady Jr.'s joke about Hitler didn't do anything wrong.
I'm glad because that one, I'll be honest. Wait, Brandy Jr. can't hear me, right?
Nope.
That one fell flat for me.
So that's what's great about this room. Because like, Melissa and I can fucking, because once in our fucking loud. We fuck loud. Like volume is like at 11. We fuck loud.
By that you mean have intercourse?
Yes.
Your intercourse is
Our
loud.
intercoursing is 11.
Yeah, you hold loud sessions.
And so in here, we're in the opposite side of the house.
Yeah.
There's a brick wall up.
Right.
It is fucking amazing now. Like, it's great. It sucked at the other end of the house where our room and all the girls' rooms were all clumped together.
Right.
So if she made so much as a, we would immediately get a text message from Brady being like, stop being gross.
It's also okay. The first time I realized that we were like clumped, that because we were recording in your room.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like the first time we finished recording and then like kids just flooded into the room and it's like, oh, right. Children heard all the things I said.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's no doubt that Brittany Jr. laying in her bed could just like listen to the podcast.
Right. I feel a little bad about that. But she seems
she watches YouTube and Markiplier and all that, and they talk like, that's the thing, like, I'm all for her watching YouTube because it's like it's good content.
Sure.
Like they cuss.
Some of it.
I could give a shit less about cussing.
Sure.
Like, people that's how just people talk. I hate that it's so stigmatized. Like, yeah, YouTube, like they curse a lot, but it's still like Markiplier has funny content. He's not murdering people. He's not fucking people. He's being funny. Sure, he says fuck. That's fine.
Right.
So like I don't care.
That's a thin line to walk because I agree with you, but at the same time, it's like I definitely tailor my English when Henry is in the room.
Well, I mean, I understand that as long as like when the person hearing it knows when they can use it and when not to use it.
Exactly, when they understand.
And that's it. I don't care if they use it, just don't use it in front of people who are, for some reason, especially sensitive to it.
Don't get me in trouble, kid. Is essentially what it boils down to.
You can say fuck all you want. It's fine.
Just not
don't
in front
say
of
it
your
to
teacher.
Nanny.
Right.
Yeah, don't say it at school.
Don't say it in front of anybody who is going to like cause me an inconvenience.
Don't say it to the police. Don't say it to anybody who could call child services.
Well, say it to the police. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we just the police just say, oh, fuck. Let's see. And then, Brady Jr.'s joke about Hitler Nothing Wrong is the best. And on behalf of my brother, I have to tell you that Walt Disney is cremated and his remains are in a niche in the Forest Lawn, Hollywood. Cryogenics didn't come about until he had been dead. So we made a thing about freezing his head. Did not happen.
I don't know. I read it online.
Oh, it's got to be true then.
I read it online.
My brother is studying to be an expert in Walt's life, and I thought he'd be offended, so I'm passing it along.
Okay.
I'm also glad that Dave knows about that lump. So there you go. And also, hey, happy Easter. I'll have to send you a new card since someone stole it. And if you want $1 million on Patreon...
We do. Wait.
Like
I said
it would cost $1 million for me to stick a toothpick in my pee hole. So she's like, how much would it cost to put the urethral plug into your pee hole?
Is this a question specifically for me or us?
Let's do us.
Do we have to share it? Because if we have to share it, the price goes up.
I said 10 million.
You said 10 million?
Man, that just looks like my nightmares. That is a condensed boiled down for my nightmares.
Yeah, absolutely. But you give me 10 years salary, I'll shove it right up whatever you want.
All right, you heard that, nation. 10 years salary.
That's no joke. No, I mean, fuck, it's fine. Call me on that bluff. No shit. You give me 10 years salary, I will stick a urethral plug right on up there. That's
oh my god.
Really? No?
Yeah, no, I would, but I'm gonna hate it.
Of course I'm gonna hate it.
I'd probably do it for like $5,000, but still, it's
no, I'm out.
She's like, okie dokie, I have plans for my lottery winnings. Okay.
You want to do another call?
Let's do one more.
I feel like we're good. Okay. Terrified Michelle. Thank you very much. Oh, we didn't even talk about Doctor Who. Okay, so maybe not one more call. Maybe we just finish out on Doctor Who.
Yep.
David Tennant is my favorite. However, I have not gotten all the way through Matt Smith.
Yep.
That's where I am right now in my Doctor Who. Nothing is going to get better for me than David Tennant. Yeah. I honestly don't. It's going to be really, really hard for me to get past.
And
David Tennant.
Trust me, I love Tennant. I'm not dogging Tennant in the least. Tennant is fucking amazing. He cares about his role. He loves being the Doctor. Like, you can see Tennant just like, fuck, I have the best job in the world. This is amazing that I get to do this. Because he grew up on Doctor Who. He grew up dressing like the Fourth Doctor. Like, he grew up on it and got to grow up and be Doctor Who. Like, that's amazing. And you can see it in his performance. And it's amazing.
Plus, you get Donna. You get Donna with Tennant.
Oh, that's okay. Favorite companion, hands down, is Donna. No doubt, Donna is my favorite companion.
Tennant and Rose, okay.
Yeah,
that's fine. I like it. But with Donna, come on, man.
Yeah,
that's the best.
I love the removal of the sexual tension.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
And that was so heavy-handed with Rose.
Yep.
Rose just wanted to fuck, man. She's raw. But Donna was just like a friend.
Yeah, she's just your funny, quirky buddy,
and hardly even a friend. Like like that episode where like the doctor's on a train and he's like, "Where are you?" And she's like, "No, I'm just hanging out." He's like, "Okay, bye."
Because God, Donna is the best fucking companion. Trust me, I love Amy Pond. Fucking love the shit out of Amy Pond.
I like Amy too, but I haven't.
But
it's
Donna's
mainly
my
just
favorite.
because how she looks. I'll be honest with you.
She is. Oh,
I mean, I haven't got super far into her.
Amy and Rory. Amy and Rory also both count as companions. Like, Amy and Rory together are fucking great.
Yeah.
But Donna is my favorite companion. But I have to say, my Doctor is Matt Smith.
Oh, man. Okay.
Just because, boil it down to this, because the Doctor he's brilliant and just like has so many plans and so many irons in the fire and so many levels. And that's where the line is drawn for me, because you can see that in Matt Smith's performance. Like, I can see him and just like I can tell he's thinking of a million different things right now. He's playing a ton of different games every time he talks to somebody. And that's just how he acts. And it's awesome. David Tennant, on the other hand, like, he seems his Doctor is single purpose. I don't get the depth of an ancient alien life form in David Tennant. Although David Tennant has more passion than Matt Smith,
sure,
I prefer Matt Smith.
I love it when like David Tennant, like I love the moment I fell in love with David Tennant as the Doctor was the 2-part episode where he essentially he goes, it's like takes place, I think, right before World War II. And he punishes these alien creatures called the Hunters. And it's like he flips the fucking switch from like quirky to just dark.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it is just like, holy shit. Like that is the first time.
He does have wrathful moments. That is true.
That's the first time I was watching Doctor Who where I was like, oh, this you don't mess with the Doctor.
Yeah. I think it's the 50th anniversary where all the Doctors come together in like a time fold where it's Matt Smith and David Tennant, and not spoiler, I don't want to spoil too much for you, but then the version before Eccleston, the 8th Doctor.
Okay.
Well, not even the 8th Doctor, and that's not appropriate to say either, but the one before Eccleston are all together in this episode, and they talk about it's this Doctor looking at David Tennant and Matt Smith and being like, okay, I see where what I have done has made you who you are and you who you are. And like that breakdown, like made all the difference in the world to me with those characters.
Interesting.
Because that special is fucking phenomenal.
I'm super behind. I need to catch back up.
I mean, I saw all of Capaldi's first season. I watched some of his second season, and then I just fell off.
I heard a lot of people
not
getting, like,
crazy
Capaldi.
about Capaldi.
Yeah. Which is a shame because I know people had high hopes.
Yeah, if I'm not crazy about the Doctor, like Capaldi's still good. I don't dislike Capaldi. I don't love him, but a companion makes up for that. And I do not like Clara. So it's just kind of a rock and a hard place for me.
I got you.
But there's the show.
Excellent.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. So don't miss the next episode. Let's see what we can work out.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Yeah,
crazy. Know. It's a crazy time in TADPOG.
Hopefully, it's Call of Cthulhu. That's what I'm crossing my fingers for.
We're not going to promise that.
But if it's not,
maybe balls.
Who
knows?
That's what we've talked about.
That was
doing
your
balls
second
for the
suggestion.
Genesis. Yep.
So that's been on your list for a long time.
Yeah.
So
because we haven't done like just a shit fest in a while.
I know, and that could be a really good one. Spoiler. But I would love to play Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
If we can make that happen, I would love to make that happen.
Let's see. Hey, we've got shirts. People are still buying those. So if you want a shirt, you go to Amazon, type in TADPOG, boom, right there. It's prime. It's prime, baby.
Future brother-in-law Zach, thank you for buying a shirt. He bought
better.
one.
He better.
My sister sent me a message the other day saying, Zach bought one. I was like,
you got your groomsmen gifts. You've got your groomsmen gifts. And man, that's the wedding picture I want to see of all the groomsmen with that shirt on, with the tuxedo jackets over them. That's what I want to see.
I mean, look, I'm not saying I wouldn't like to see that.
Are your colors blue and red and white?
I would love to see like a photograph of just a bunch of people wearing shirts they don't want to. Which I guess is technically every wedding photo you've ever seen.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, I said it once. I'll say it again. If you want to send us a package,
we love. Oh, right.
What do we love?
Nothing. Go ahead.
If you want to send us something, if you want, we'll get on this intro train. It helps us out a lot, and we love it. So please send something to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, PO Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
Also, send your self-addressed stamped envelopes to that same PO box.
Yeah.
And we will either send you back stickers or compromising photographs of Hayden Panda Tiara.
Panties in the rear.
Hey, thank you for calling us, everybody who called us.
Yes.
Yuri partner / student, Janie, and terrified Michelle. If you want to be like those incredibly cool people, you can also give us a call at 270-883-2555. Leave us a voicemail under 3 minutes. We will send it to our very expensive screener, and then that screener will just spit back the very best calls, and we'll play it on the show. Mm-hmm. Also, I've mentioned this already in the show, but in case you forgot, don't worry, I will not let you forget. We do have a Patreon where some extremely generous people are currently donating, and I would like to thank those people right now. I'd like to thank Platinum member Brett Miller for recently upping his donation. Not really riding that penny train. I mean, riding that was a good increase. So here we go. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Brett. And also thank you for hanging out with me in Twitch chat frequently. Also, I would like to thank Exalted Lord Mike of Purdue, a.k.a. Micah Purdue, for upping his pledge, riding that penny train. And I'd like to thank TADPOG, Santa, Akemi, Kana Hall for upping her donation, riding that penny train. Thank you very much, Kana. I would like to thank Vince Mitchell. Vince, thank you. New pledge, sizable.
Hell yes.
You're fucking awesome. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy the show. Also, new donor. I hope this person is related to Alex.
I think so. I'm gonna hope so. Like his golden goddom has spilled over so much.
He spawned a new god, a silver god. Andrew Pina. Andrew, thank you very much for your new pledge. Not even a penny train, don't care. Blowing the whistle anyway. I'd also like to thank Persona Warrior Cody for recently upping his donation, riding that penny train. Cody, thank you very much. One last one. I'm not sure why he did it, but I'm glad that he did. Thank you very much. Platinum member Brett Miller.
Brett Miller.
Upped his donation again. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I don't know why that last whistle was a
spike.
That was a sharp one in my ears.
Well, Dave, on my hands, I am wearing these hand wrappings, and they're made of goat skin.
I was wondering why you were wearing those.
See, what people call these are kid gloves.
Kid gloves
Because they're made of baby goats.
Oh God, that's horrible.
Yeah. Well, that's what they call them, kid gloves.
I like baby goats.
I'm gonna take them off. I'm taking off these kid gloves.
Oh, are we about to not be friends anymore?
Hey, Zach English. Hey, Zach.
Do not do this. Do not do this.
Okay. Zach, do
not do
Zach,
this.
you know.
Do not make me edit this.
I'm not. I'm just saying, Zach, you know. Zach, you know.
Do not do this. Zach.
Put one kid glove back on. Zach, you know.
Don't do this.
Zach, you know. I'm not saying. I'm not going to say it. But Zach, you know.
Zach, thank you for continuing to be a Patreon donor. We appreciate it. If you would like to be like any of these cool people that we have mentioned, please consider going to patreon.com/tadpog, donating whatever you feel like is appropriate. But I will say that if you donate at least $1, you will get access to all the bonus episodes that we've done and all the bonus episodes that we will do monthly in the future. We haven't exactly nailed down what we're doing this month.
It depends on we hit that goal or not.
I do have a couple ideas, but yes, if we do reach $400 on Patreon,
we're going to the hospital.
We will go to the hospital. We will be doing our capsaicin challenge.
Pure capsaicin.
We will take pure capsaicin.
16 million Scovilles.
And it'll be our first video episode ever. So
at $3.50, are we eating the Deadpool pizza?
That was going to be $400, but I feel like we will also eat a Deadpool pizza. How about that?
Well, are we going to put the extract on the Deadpool pizza?
No. We got to do it separate, dude. And for $5 million, I'll take a toothpick of the extract and I'll put it.
Oh my God!
I'll put it there.
Oh,
that's my price, though.
Oh, okay.
That's my price.
All right.
I ain't splitting that with you either.
Okay. Okay. Damn. Whew, man, that sounds like.
Oh yeah, that sounds like
you might have to get it removed.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, no, trust me. I think it would remove itself. What else we got? I think that's it.
Our theme song has moved us to more dry. That track without the show to TADPOG.com.
Yes.
How do you want to close this out?
That's a good question. Do you have any ideas?
What do we joke about? What's something we joked about earlier in the show?
Who knows?
As Ricky the kangaroo.
Nice. Okay. All right. What is there was a cereal that had a kangaroo as a mascot, right?
There is.
And we're both going to furiously
There
Google
is.
this, right? I swear.
I want to say it was a bag cereal.
I'm thinking it was, right. Okay, like an off-brand.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm thinking for a short period of time, there was an Apple Jacks kangaroo.
You might be right. I'm going to type in, I'm just going to Google cereal kangaroo. Let's see. Apparently Frosted Flakes a long fucking time ago. Quangaroos is the cereal. Quan.
That's made up.
Bopperoos.
Anything with roos, apparently.
Malto meal. What are you?
I remember seeing a kangaroo on cereal packaging.
Cocoa Roos?
Maybe that was it.
The Malto meal bag cereals? It's a discontinued characters. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like you're right too.
Do you want to do it? You want to close this out as...
I'm going to hit images. Let's hit images, see what pops up. Marshmallow Mateys.
No, it's not. I'm not familiar with that.
Golden Puffs.
Ooh, maybe it's Golden Puffs.
Golden Puffs has a blue kangaroo on it.
Maybe that's
with sunglasses.
Oh, no. My blue kangaroo wasn't that about.
It's not a cereal, but Dunkaroos.
Oh, God, Dunkaroos. Yeah. Do you remember those?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's like the 90s thing.
So let's close this out as Quangaroos. Just two Quangaroos hanging out in a closet recording a podcast.
Okay. So until next time, Tropical Capricorn.
Mate.
Hey, one guy from Perth who used to listen to us.
Sorry about that.
I hope you like that.
So sorry about
You're
that.
probably not with us anymore. Probably not. But hey,
sorry about that.
So long ago, I don't recall your name, so I apologize if you happen to listen.
So sorry.
All right, so I'm not gonna say your real name, but what do you want us to call you on? What do we call you on TADPOG?
Choco
Get
Chica.
close.
Choco Chica.
Uh-huh. Why do we call you that?
Because I like chocolate.
Right. You asked me a while ago, like, do you ever get any chocolate in?
Yeah.
So you were asking, will they ever send me any chocolate? They send me different chocolates to try.
Yeah.
So here you can ask if anybody will send you different chocolates to try.
Can you please send me some chocolates to try?
There you go.
If people send you chocolate, will you start your own chocolate themed podcast?
I don't know.
That's the commitment we've come to expect here on the show.